Shabbat Shalom. I am gonna do some more Proverbs today. I'm extremely stuffed up. Sinuses are really bad again today, and I never have breathing problems, but lately it's been, I don't know, it's this air we're breathing in. It's not good air at all. Anyways, I wanted to read this really quick. This is another one I left out, but I guess that was on my other channel, so hardly anybody will probably see this. But it's Matthew 19. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? This is Yeshua speaking. And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, and that is Yahweh. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments. And then it goes on with talking about there's some of the Ten Commandments there. But anyways, the scriptures are quite clear. It's very disturbing to me that see so many people being led astray. I think a lot of it is people, we all have pride, and unless we learn to humble ourselves, uh, that pride is a terrible, terrible thing. And people flat out love their sin. It's like I've heard Jay say how many times as he said, people about people in pork, man, they just refuse to give up their pork. It is such a terrible thing to ask them to not eat garbage. I loved pork. I used to love bacon, love ham, all that stuff. But I was really big into the seafood, the shrimp, lobster, crab. But there's a reason and a good reason aren't supposed to eat that stuff. It's garbage. They're bottom feeders. Pigs eat literally anything. They will eat humans. And pigs do not sweat out or get rid of, detoxify anything that goes into their body. So whatever they eat stays in them and is embedded in their fat, into their meat. It is. When I learned what I did about pigs, it made it so much easier to not eat it. Flat Earth conference is going on. I really wanted to go to Flattoberfest, but didn't work out. Anyways, we'll start Proverbs 16. The preparations of the heart in man and the answer of the tongue is from the Lord. All the ways of a man are clean in his own eyes, but the Lord weigheth the spirits. Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Every one that is proud in heart is an abomination to the Lord. There's that pride thing. Though hand join in hand, he shall not be unpunished. By mercy and truth iniquity is purged, and by the fear of the Lord men depart from evil. There is no fear of the Lord in the world today. That is why we are so far gone, so far just a wicked generation. And it's all been, I've seen it, I've watched it happen through my life, and how they've slowly implemented things and taken away things of God. And you could see it building up. You could see where we were being led. And it's quite frustrating to not be able to do anything about it. And people laugh at you. If you bring it up or try to point it out, people just, I don't know. When a man's ways please the Lord, he maketh even his enemies to be at peace with him. Better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. A man's heart deviseth his ways, but the Lord directeth his steps. A divine sentence is in the lips of the king. His mouth transgresseth not in judgment. A just weight and balance are the Lord's. All the weights of the bag are his work. It is an abomination to kings to commit wickedness, for the throne is established by righteousness. Righteous lips are the delight of kings, and they love him that speaketh right. The wrath of a king is as messengers of death, but a wise man will pacify it. In the light of the king's countenance is life, and his favor is as a cloud of the latter rain. How much better is it to get wisdom than gold, and to get understanding rather than be chosen, and to get understanding rather to be chosen than silver. And I say this all the time, and I am forever grateful for the wisdom and the understanding that the Lord has given me. It is not on my own. It was not my own doing. It was purely a gift and a blessing from above. I've never, my entire life, just never been driven by money or having things. I always thought it was foolishness. And I always said, I just want peace and happiness in my life, a simple life. But we are taught from in school that, you can achieve all your dreams, you can make all kinds of money, and we are conditioned to think that our success depends on the amount of toys we have, the amount of properties, the amount of cars, houses, and people waste their entire life chasing these things, and they never truly find happiness or peace. The highway of the upright is to depart from evil. He that keepeth his way preserveth his soul. Pride goeth before destruction, and an haughty spirit become before a fall. That is brilliant right there, beautiful. Pride comes before the fall, always. And you see, Americans are so full of pride, and destruction is coming. It's coming sooner than later. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. He that handleth a matter wisely shall find good, and whoso trusteth in the Lord, happy is he. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increaseth learning. Understanding is a wellspring of life unto him that hath it, but the instruction of fools is folly. The heart of the wise teacheth his mouth, and addeth learning to his lips. Pleasant words are as a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and health to the bones. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. So much wisdom in Proverbs and in Psalms, man. About any kind of situation you can find yourself in life, there are wise words and advice to be taken from whether it's a psalm or a proverb, or even both. He that laboreth for himself, for his mouth craveth it in him. An ungodly man diggeth up evil, and in his lips there is as a burning fire. A froward man soweth strife, and a whisperer separateth cheap friends. A violent man enticeth his neighbor, and leadeth him into the way that is not good. He shutteth his eyes to devise froward things, moving his lips he bringeth evil to pass. The hoary head is a crown of glory, if it be found in the way of righteousness. He that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit than he that taketh a city. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole disposing thereof is of the Lord. One thing I'm sure to a lot of people I come across as an arrogant asshole, or as a know-it-all, and I say it all the time. That is not who I am. I may come across that way because for the last 2 years specifically, I have spent hours and hours online with people in real life. People just refuse to listen to anyone else. They know better. They know everything. They got everything figured out. There's this entire truth movement which is full of fakes that have people deceived. And I try to help people and show them the truth, and then they just want to attack you because you're cutting on their hero or their role model or whoever it is. And I just don't have patience for it. But I'm honestly as humble as I can be. I every day I thank the Lord for my wisdom, for my knowledge, for all the things because He reveals them to me. It's not because I'm so smart or anything like that. And I pray and ask for this stuff all the time. And I always thank the Lord and give Him all the praise, all the glory. It is not me. I've had some people on my bid shoot. I either have people tell me I'm an asshole and I'm full of shit, don't know what I'm talking about, or I've had a lot of people give me very nice compliments and say, you have amazing discernment, you're extremely wise, you've got a lot of wisdom, things like that. And I always, well, I don't respond a lot of times, but if I do, I try to point out and give God the glory and, say it's not of me. I want people, I don't think enough people do the same thing and pray and ask these things of the Father. People, we get puffed up, we get proud, and we think, oh, I'm so smart, I'm awake, and I know, that is why all these people get deceived by deceivers so easily, because they're going it alone, they're doing it on their own. I trust in the Father for all of this stuff, and I continually give Him thanks and ask Him to continue to not let me be deceived, to show me truths, because I'm not perfect. I've been deceived with things before, but I always the truth. I either, whether I figure it out myself or something. A lot of times I get that feeling that inside that tells me there's something wrong here. It's something wrong with this person. I get a bullshit detector going off. It's usually right. So, but you're going to get deceived if you're not walking in the Spirit and you're not walking with the Lord and trusting in Him to reveal all things to you. People put way too much faith in fellow mankind, and these are the people that get deceived over and over and over again. The scriptures tell us to trust in no man. All men are liars, and that's sadly the truth. I've lied. I may not now, and I try not to. Will try not to ever again, and I'm quite certain I won't. But we have it in us to do so. But anyways, Proverbs 17. Better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices with strife. A wise servant shall have rule over a son that causes shame, and it shall have part of the inheritance among the brethren. The fining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but the Lord trieth the hearts. A wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. Whoso mocketh the poor reproacheth his Maker, and he that is glad at calamities shall not be unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. Excellent speech becometh not a fool, but much less do lying lips a prince. A gift is as precious stone in the eyes of him that hath it. Whithersoever it turneth, it prospereth. He that covereth a transgression seeketh love, but he that repeateth a matter separateth very friends. A reproof entereth more into a wise man than 100 stripes into a fool. An evil man seeketh only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger shall be sent against him. Let a bear robbed of her whelps meet a man, rather than a fool in his folly. Whoso rewardeth evil for good, evil shall not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is as when one letteth out water. Therefore leave off contention before it be meddled with. He that justifieth the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to the Lord. Wherefore is there a price in the hand of a fool to get wisdom, seeing he hath no heart to it? A friend loveth at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man void of understanding striketh hands and becometh surety in the presence of his friend. He loveth transgression and loveth strife, and he that exalteth his gate seeketh destruction. He that hath a froward heart findeth no good, and he that hath a perverse tongue falleth into mischief. He that begetteth a fool doeth it to his sorrow, and the father of a fool hath no joy. A merry heart doeth good like a medicine, but a broken spirit drieth the bones. A wicked man taketh a gift out of the bosom to pervert the ways of judgment. Wisdom is before him that hath understanding, but the eyes of a fool are in the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her that bare him. Also to punish the just is not good, nor to strike princes for equity. He that hath knowledge spareth his words, and a man of understanding is of an excellent spirit. Even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise, and he that shutteth his lips is esteemed a man of understanding. And that's the thing you see today. And this was the old me, even 4 or 5 years ago, in the middle of when I was really waking up. I got prideful. I had a quick tongue, a quick temper. I would call people names. I would fight online. And I still have bits of that because I just get tired trying to fight with people, and you can't get through to them. They refuse to hear the truth. But we all need to learn to bite our tongue, to be less quick to snap at another. We have the ability to speak life and death in our tongues. So, and we will be judged on every idle word we ever say, which in all truth terrifies me. I especially when I was younger, I said some terrible things to people, to family, to loved ones that once you say them words, they're out there, and there's no, you can say you're sorry, but the damage is always done. Anywho, Proverbs 18. Through desire, a man having separated himself seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. A fool hath no delight in understanding, but that his heart may discover itself. When the wicked cometh, then cometh also contempt, and with ignominy, I can't even say that word, ignominy, reproach. The words of a man's mouth are as deep waters, and the wellspring of wisdom is a flowing brook. It is not good to accept the person of the wicked, to overthrow the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calleth for strokes. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snare of his soul. The words of a talebearer are as wounds, and they go down into the innermost parts of the belly. He also that is slothful in his work is brother to him that is a great waster. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth into it, and is safe. The rich man's wealth in his strong city, and is a high wall in his own conceit. Before destruction the heart of a man is haughty, and before honor is humility. He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and a shame unto him. Right there again. Something that people need to understand that verse, and to actually use it in their life, everyday life. The spirit of a man will sustain his infirmity, but a wounded spirit who can bear? The heart of the prudent getteth knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeketh knowledge. A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men. He that is first in his own cause seemeth just, but his neighbor cometh and searcheth him. The lot causeth contentions to cease, and parteth between the mighty. A brother offended is harder to be won than a strong city, and their contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's belly shall be satisfied with the fruit of his mouth, and with the increase of his lips shall he be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. I didn't even realize it was Proverbs 18. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Whoso findeth a wife findeth a good thing, and obtaineth favor of the Lord. The poor useth entreaties, but the rich answereth roughly. A man that hath friends must show himself friendly, and there is a friend that sticketh closer than a brother. All right, that is it for today. Enjoy the rest of Sabbath.